So the way to think about this, like what you just did there is you turned back and then your head immediately went forward and your shoulders rotated, okay? You don't want to turn your shoulders in the downswing at all. If you turn them, you're going to do what you just did, okay? Instead, you want to tilt them, which sounds counterintuitive, like I'm going to get stuck. If I just tilt my shoulders, the club's going to be way underneath the plane.
Sounds reverse C-like.
It does, right? But it's not.
Okay.
So the way that you get a big reverse C is with a lot of lateral movement. We're not moving laterally.
Okay.
We're trying to stay back, right? We're not trying to drive forward, because that's how I would create the old reverse C. I'm trying to stay back and pivot on this right leg, because that's where all the power is,
okay,
right?
Got it.
That's how come you don't get a reverse C with this tilt move, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squish the bug and try and tilt. And as soon as I do that, if you watch, like I'll swing along this edge of this mat for a second. Watch, so the first time I'll go back and I'll squish the bug, but I'm going to turn my shoulders like you did. Now watch just the path of the club across there. What did you see?
Outside in.
100%, right?
All the way, yep. I mean, big time.
You could easily see that. And all I did was what you did was just go with my shoulders, okay? Now I'm going to exaggerate the tilt. I'm going to still squish the bug, and I'm going to tilt back a lot. And now watch what happens to my path. So I'm just going to pick the club up, doesn't really matter. Now where did it go?
Look more down the line.
More down the line, a little bit into out.
Well, yeah,
okay?
I couldn't see that, but from this angle.
From this, yeah, but you could see the first one was way across,
yes.
and this one looked like pretty good golf swing. All that was tilt, okay? As soon as I tilt my spine and my squish the bug, my plane and path are perfect.
Interesting.
And that's how I control plane and path on a trail side pattern. So the trick is then understanding, how do I blend this together with this? That's the strange thing that's counterintuitive, okay? So as we're doing this, when I'm loading up into this leg, obviously I'm gonna turn into it a little bit, stretch that hip and glute, and as I start, this is gonna help me shift my hips back to the lead side. They are gonna move laterally, just not a ton, right? But once I'm here, I need to allow this tilt to happen as fast as humanly possible. That's your aim. That's how you produce speed with a trail side pattern. What you're trying to do is produce power with rotational force with your shoulders. But you'll see that you can only swing the club as fast as you can turn, and it just takes a lot more effort, right? But I can tilt very quickly, and if I don't use my leg at all, it's like this. That's the move in the swing. That's what you need to feel. Now, that seems really strange to try and tilt back like this. But if I combine that with squish the bug, I'm right on top of the ball. My upper body's doing this, while my lower body's doing this.